Rabbi Shmuley and Cenk went to Piers Morgan's show and they debated on this. Let's take a listen.
Cenk, let me start with you. Many people are calling for a ceasefire. Queen Rania of Jordan, Angelina Jolie, Arab leaders, and so on. I presume you would agree with that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that they've murdered enough Palestinian civilians. And even Netanyahu, in an interview with ABC News, said, now that we're on the ground, we're finally pressuring Hamas on hostages. Oh, so the 7,000 bombs you dropped were totally useless and collective punishment, and your attempt to murder civilians on purpose as some sort of sick vengeance. So please stop the murders, ceasefire right now.
Rabbi Shmuley, your response?
Cenk is polling in the Democratic presidential primaries at 0%, nothing. He has a greater likelihood of being elected the new king of France. And don't interrupt me, please. And the reason is that the American people are decent. They understand that Cenk's anti-Semitism, which he has voiced on your show repeatedly, calling Jews genocide dares, and this is the eve of Kristallnacht, the 85th anniversary of the start of the Holocaust. He would deny the Jewish people the only dignity left to us, that we were victims of genocide, and he would say that we are the Nazis, we are the Gestapo, for simply wanting to defend ourselves against the brutality and the savagery of Hamas. Cenk, you'll have your turn. Just show some decency. If you're not going to show it to my people, show it to me and show it to the viewers of the show.
Stop.
But who is
lying.
surprised that a man? Who is surprised that a man the name of whose podcast is Young Turks, who perpetrated the Armenian genocide? The Young Turks is like calling your podcast the Young Nazis, the Young Gestapo. They killed 1.5 to 2 million Armenians between 1915 and 1918.
Let me make a comment here. The genocide he's talking about, this guy Shmuley talks about genocide of the Armenian people. How dare he? How dare he? It is so outrageous and egregious. And I mean, I don't really know what to call this. These people like Ben Shapiro and this Rabbi Shmuley, they openly endorse the killing of thousands of Palestinians. Half of them are children, and they come to this kind of show hiding behind people like Piers Morgan, and they compare and they talk about the Armenian genocide when they themselves are condoning, when they themselves are taking active part in promoting this genocide, supporting IDF, what they're doing, is something unfathomable. This guy, you have to understand where he's coming from. I mean, I would be very, very happy, and it would make sense to me if this guy, Rabbi, he would have come from Israel. Do you know where he was born? He was born in Los Angeles in 1966. He is an American, and he does not uphold any American value, which is fairness and justice. He loves the genocide in Gaza happening at the moment, but then he opposes another genocide, according to him, of the Armenian people. Now, let me tell you this. This person is a big-time liar. Listen to the response of Cenk. You will see how he destroys him, how he puts him down, and rightly so, in less than a minute.
The Armenian community has begged Cenk to change the name of his show. For the first half of his life, he was a complete Armenian genocide denier. Then he changed. Now he is a Holocaust denier because he is saying that the Jews are engaged in a genocide of the Palestinians. Now, which nation? How can there be 1.8 million Muslim Arab citizens?
Rabbi Shmuley,
okay,
I'm going to go to Cenk. You said some very strong things about Cenk. You can now respond, Cenk.
Yeah, you should never have this guy on air. Everything he said is a lie. I don't deny the Holocaust. That's insanity. And in terms of the Armenian genocide, there is a powerful analogy there. Why was it a genocide? And yes, it was a genocide. Why? Because they moved and displaced so many people and killed civilians on the way. What is Israel doing? Moving and displacing millions of people and killing innocent civilians. It is the exact definition of a genocide. So I I think the Jewish people are an amazing people, and their culture is beautiful, and I don't tolerate any anti-Semitism. But
I did not like Shank taking a step back and try to defend his position on Judaism, explaining to us Jewish people are the best, beautiful culture people, well-mannered people. Yes, of course you can talk about these things any other time, but when you are seeing this genocide happening right in front of your eyes, why would you talk about the good things about Jewish people they're doing? I'm not saying Jews are responsible for it, but the Zionists, they're doing this in the name of Judaism, whether you like it or not. If Muslims were doing it, can you imagine how the Western media would have reacted? What they would have said about Islam and Muslims? Oh, these people are terrorists. You see a bearded man in the street, run away from him. You see a hijabi woman, bully her, abuse her, call her with names. So many things. And we have seen this over and over and over again in the Western media. Anytime one Muslim will do something in the name of Islam, the entire religion will be smeared. But we see exact opposite. I mean, Shank, he is not a Muslim. I believe he's an atheist. But he should not be talking about beautiful Judaism and all that. In the sense, I mean, okay, you spoke about Judaism, okay, a few things, okay, I understand. But don't go more in details, because that just gives this guy, this Shmuley, more ammos to actually attack you and call you as the hypocrite.
I think that the occupation is decaying the moral core of Israel. How long are you going to oppress these people?
But Cenk,
and I know this guy, all he wants to do...
They do not have any moral core. The Zionists, they never had any moral core. Otherwise, they would not be in the land of other people. The Palestinian land, if there was any morality left, they would never have invaded. I should not say invade. They never invaded the land. They took it. They took it by force. So again, Shank, he is just trying to save his face when he's attacking this guy, Rabbi Shmuley.
It was an ad hominem attack. He's a liar. And you can tell exactly what kind of indecent human being he is. But the main reason he's doing it is to avoid the topic. When are you going to stop murdering Palestinians and cheerleading it?
Okay.
If you're talking about genocide, you're the one right now doing the genocide.
Absolutely, he's destroyed. He's destroyed. I mean, there should not be any more discussion after this with Rabbi Shmuley. But remember, this guy is going to go to Piers Morgan's show again, and he is going to debate Mohammed Hijab. We will be looking forward to that. But this guy is a big-time liar. He is a rabbi in Judaism. Lying is not allowed, I believe. But he lies about pretty much everything, just like Ben Shapiro talks without any evidence, any shred of proof.
May I respond?
Yes.
Go ahead,
May I
more
respond?
lies. Go ahead.
You know, I've spent my life debating people. Whenever someone starts using personal names and screaming like a lunatic, they're losing the debate. Let me remain
You're
factual.
the one who made up.
You are actually the one who is taking the name of Shank and labeling him with anti-Semitism and whatnot. This guy is, again, right on camera. He just lied on our faces. These people, the problem with them is, these liars, the problem with them is that they think we're a bunch of fools.
The Palestinians were offered a state in 1936 in the Peel Commission. They rejected it. They were offered a state in 1947, the UN partition plan. They rejected it. They were offered a state in 1967 after Israel conquered Judea and Samaria and the West Bank. They rejected it. They were offered.
How can that make sense? You are offering me, Bangladeshi, this guy Pakistani, that guy Afghanistani, Indian, a land in India. How that make even... Man, this guy, he is now distorting history. This Rabbi Shmuley, he is now destroying history and creating his own narrative. And again, he's doing that all the while that we are a bunch of fools here.